Hey, what's going on? Today I want to talk to you about the Power Bimini on a Party Barge DLX. This is a 2022 model, and basically this is the first year that they put these Power Biminis on here. So we had an issue the other day when we came out, and the Bimini wouldn't work. So we're sitting here, we're pressing the buttons and everything, and we eventually decided to go ahead and go out. And once the wind started blowing on top of this, it cooled down. It had been underneath the factory cover, but it still got hot enough from the sun that it wouldn't work. So I'm going to just show you a few things that you can do to double check if your Power Bimini is not working. So first thing you're going to want to do is your master power switch. You're going to want to press that to the up position, and that should give your Bimini enough power to work. Okay, so then you do that, you hit the button. Green light means up, blue light takes it back, and so it is working right there. In the instance when we came out the other day, this thing was hot to the touch from the sun, and you press these buttons right here, you'd get nothing no matter how hard you pressed. You don't want to take a screwdriver, you don't want to press too hard. It should be a simple touch. If it's not working, then the odds are you're going to need to make it let it cool down. So what I developed here is this is basically just a little clamp on to give it some airspace between the sun and the actual black, and that keeps it cool enough in the direct sun to go through and keep the buttons cool enough to be operational, which is very important. And it also works good as an elbow rest too. If you rest your arm there, you don't want the Bimini going up and back and putting stress on the straps. So I put that on there. Had no trouble with the Bimini since I've done that and covered it up. Maybe that's something that should have came from the factory. Who knows? The other option is up here in your Bimini top, you've got this instruction manual, and it has an Allen wrench or two, and it's got directions for how to take this thing apart. But the last thing I want to do on a new boat is take the Bimini apart with the Allen wrench. So the cover up to keep it out of the direct sun is definitely the better option. Okay, the second thing that we had is this connection right here. It was rattling against the metal, so nothing that we did, no matter how tight, this metal touches this metal right here. Oh, that's on the passenger side bow strap. So I made one of these little clippy things too. Again, it's camouflage. I don't know if you can actually see it on this video, but we just put that right underneath there, and then that keeps it, gives it enough cushion there that you don't actually go through and hear that rattling, which first time we were okay with it. Second or third time we're like, what the heck, this is not relaxing to be out here. The other thing that you can check on your Bimini is here's the fuse box right here. So you can take the back of your boat key, and that can go in there. You want to turn that up and down, and then turn the other one up and down. Pull that off, and it's gonna be this fuse right here that says canopy 25A. So you pull this plastic cover off, it comes off, and then you pull that 25A, and you'll see if the fuse is good. So if it is good, then you need to move on to the next. I really wouldn't even mess with this before I went through and put a cover on it and let this cool down if your Bimini isn't working. So check your power. Make sure this is cool enough to go through and operate, and then maybe check your fuse on there. The final thing is this. There's an entire recall about this. You see where these wires go through. They were manufactured in two separate specifications. One of them was a 1/4 inch, one of them was 3/8 of an inch. And if you've got the 1/4 inch, then you need to go have it adjusted 3/8 of an inch. So you want to measure that right there and make sure that you've got enough space. So that's the three things for the Bimini that I've noticed. If your Bimini isn't going, first off, check the temperature of that. Make sure that it's cool enough, a good operating temp. If it's 100 degrees outside in the direct sun, mine wouldn't work. Yours may not either. Maybe that's something the factory will fix. Who knows? But check your power, check your fuse, check the temperature of this, and then go through and make sure you don't have any rattles over on that side. I know that's pretty big and obnoxious, but that's what it took. And then if all else fails, you've got the instruction kit up here in the actual top that has Allen wrenches, and you can fix it. Thanks again for watching my video on the Party Barge DLX Power Bimini.